Hi there, Virgo, and welcome back to Star-Lotus Tarot. This is your tarot forecast for the week of March the 14th through to the 20th. I went ahead, shuffled the cards, laid them all out. Let's see what's going on for Virgo. Before we get started, I would like to wish each and every one of you a very happy St. Paddy's Day. That's if you celebrate it, of course. I do. I love St. Paddy's Day, one of my favorites. First up, you have the Two of Cups in the upright, followed then by the Ten of Swords upright and the Seven of Swords in reverse, followed then by the Major Arcana Wheel of Fortune, and lastly we have the Four of Wands. What is going on, Virgo? Two of Cups in the upright position. This is your overall energy, Virgo, so this is absolutely hitting it off or being on the same page with someone. This is a really good energy, especially if you're, in a couple or you're married. This could be the two of you sort of making a plan, getting on the same page about something. For others of you, this could represent meeting someone new. This is known as like the soulmate, twin flame type of energy. It could be that you're getting together with somebody and just realizing just how much you have in common, how much you click. For others of you, it could even be like a really special week, perhaps, that you're spending with a loved one. It could even be a best friend or what have you. But you're really having that great, great moment where you feel a soul connection to another human, where you could be having really deep conversations, where you're just realizing like how much alike you really are. Beautiful energy in the upright. But we start off the week here with the Ten of Swords in the upright position. This indicates something is bottoming out. Now, this could be a situation. Now, remember, it's just a general read, so it's going to be different for all of you. But sometimes the Ten of Swords can represent where we've just sort of hit critical mass with a situation. It could be the straw that breaks the camel's back. It could be the situation where this is the very end of the road, even for some of you. Now, it could be with a relationship with a certain person. It could be anything from perhaps you've got this problem with your neighbor and you're constantly, having issues with said neighbor, and it keeps going and keeps going, and then something happens, and then you're like, oh, this is it. This is the last straw, right? Others of you, this could be about a family member, it could be about a friend, it could be about a relationship situation where the same pesky problem keeps popping up over and over again. Like I said, could be with one of your children, your siblings, your parents, what have you. And you're just like, no, I've had enough. I'm just kind of snapping on this one. Others of you, this is about other personal situations where it could be about you yourself, perhaps, or having a certain pesky health issue that keeps irritating you over and over again. You're like, I cannot take this one more day. I need to get this situation resolved. Others of you, it could be financial situation that, again, pesky problem that keeps coming up and bothers you over and over and over again. So we've got that in the upright position, but right next to it is the Seven of Swords in the reverse position, indicating I'm no longer wanting to avoid dealing with this, right? Because this is a card that can represent avoidance in the upright, but it can also represent a scoundrel, somebody who's trying to pull a fast one. So for you guys, for some of you, maybe this is about an actual individual. It's a person who perhaps has been trying to steal your ideas, steal your belongings, do something sort of unethical. This is a sketchy person in the upright position who's trying to make off with, something, or just trying to dip out and not take responsibility for something. So when the card is reversed, this is where either the thief gets caught or we're no longer avoiding dealing with something. So maybe for some of you guys, this is the beginning of the week. You finally decide that you're going to take care of this pesky problem. For others of you, this is about finally exposing someone for being the, the scoundrel that they are. Scoundrel, I know it's such an old-fashioned word, but I don't know what else to say about that. Let's move on to happier times this week. We have the beautiful Wheel of Fortune. Yes, it's the tapestry behind me is the Wheel of Fortune. Beautiful energy in the upright position. This is where we're moving with the energies of the universe instead of going against the grain, which can bring us to a more fortunate period, a fortunate time. So you could get lucky this week, right? You and the Gemini. There we go, right? Get lucky. So perhaps you could have some type of lucky break or lucky occurrence. You could, walk into a store, buy a lottery ticket, win a few dollars, and decide to order some pizza or something. And maybe the pizza guy comes, and the pizza guy turns out to be somebody you would like to date. It just all depends. Okay, the pizza reference was actually for a viewer that, okay, he'll know what I'm talking about. Anyway, the Wheel of Fortune is beautiful, beautiful energy. This is where something really fortunate can happen. You can look on the internet and perhaps find an ideal, like say for example you wanted to travel somewhere but prices were pretty high, or where you wanted to stay was pretty high. You could be looking at it and see an incredible deal that you just can't pass up. Others of you, this could be about just in general moving with the energies of the universe instead of against it. We finally just sort of like took a deep breath and decided to move in the direction, just let things unfold naturally. And when we do that, the most incredible things can happen. Doors open for us and it's effortless. So it could be the case for some of you. For others of you, like I said, could be a lucky break. You look on the internet and they're posting your dream job. Now the last card we have is the Four of Wands in the upright position. Beautiful energy. This is really good, especially for home life and home situations. The Four of Wands can represent a big celebration perhaps. It's like a housewarming party where people, all come and gather and they order pizza and things like that. It's a beautiful, beautiful energy. It can represent that sort of like I've completed something. I finally, brought this is what we call like the we have arrived energy, right? Where we have been building towards something and we finally start to see the fruits of our labor. So we have arrived, we have finally are able to take a break long enough to be able to celebrate. It's like, say, for example, you purchased a home and then you had a lot of work to do in the house. So you went in there and for months you were renovating the house. Now the house is finally ready. So before you move on to the next phase of, decorating and living your life in that place, it's time to stop and celebrate. Celebrate the achievements up until now. For others of you, this could represent bringing a relationship to a place of commitment. See, you do have the Two of Cups as your overall energy. This could be bringing a certain relationship more into a, closer knit relationship, so that you're now ready to either, stand together under the altar, or you're ready to move in together or make, stronger commitments towards each other. So for some of you, it's like you've been building towards a relationship that's going to bring you there. For others of you, you've been building a business, or you've been building something else, or your family or your home or what have you. But there is problems I do see at the beginning of the week, but it's like, I am not going to avoid this any longer. I'm going to take the bull by the horns and I'm going to deal with this. So that's really good for those of you who perhaps have been dealing with, especially maybe, health issues or something like that. If that's the case, maybe take that bull by the horns and make sure that you take care of it. Take care of yourself. Always. Number one has to be ourselves, because you can't be of any great use to anyone else until you take care of yourself first. So I hope the reading helped you. If it did, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next week. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. If this resonated for you, do tell us how so. Bye-bye.